before you were,
have you seen Interstellar, DJ?
Oh, fuck. I haven't seen it yet. No.
There's a scene where he's watching his daughter make the ultimate mistake.
Yeah, and he's crying. He's like,
and he's crying, and he can't, and he's helpless to what's going down to one of his most loved people. I'm sending all my favorites at Merab Dvalishvili, and he's just chewing them up and spitting them out. It's just
Merab's a different
Merab
beast.
might be one of the first fighters where I'm sitting here thinking it's just not fair. This is not fair. What Merab's doing to these guys.
Well, he's just been able to outwork everybody, right? Like, he said it himself, he's not the best striker. He's not the best wrestler. He's not the best Muay Thai guy. But when it comes to competition and putting it all together, he fucking gets it done. Like, even when he fought Henry Cejudo, he goes, yes, Henry, you might out-wrestle me. But guess what? This is mixed martial arts. And when he fought Sean has one weapon, right? I think we all know that. The whole world knows that. He has the hands, the teep. I didn't give a pick because I trained with Merab. Excuse me, I trained with Sean. I did not train with Merab. And I didn't feel comfortable like, okay, this is the things I felt when I was in his training camp, even though it was only 3 rounds. But, I'm good at analyzing and picking up on certain things. So I thought it was a great fight, right? I thought the fight between Sean and Merab was great. You can see, sometimes I feel when you take an immediate title shot, a rematch, you don't give yourself a chance to actually develop more skills, meaning that Sean came in with the same game plan he had the first time they fought, right? It almost just picked up right after it was round 6. It was just a continuation of round 6. Granted, Sean was able to grapple in his camp. He was able to be healthier, maybe a little bit stronger, but I felt it was a continuation of if that first fight would have kept on going from round 5, okay, we're going to round 6, round 7. That's what just happened last night or Saturday night when those two fought.
I mean, I wanted to get into the main event straight away because I'm fired up. I was coping. I was seething. I was emotional. And even on your pod when we met in person, I was telling you, like, Merab's going to make it easier this time. I was actually saying that in person to you. And then for some reason, my brain just decided to go, no, your instincts are wrong. O'Malley's going to make the adjustments, and O'Malley's going to come in fresh, and O'Malley with a labrum is going to be better, and O'Malley with all of these lifestyle things that he's changed is going to come in a different way. And my take on the fight was that it would look the first, third, and the 5th round would be the majority of the rounds in this Merab fight, and in those rounds, O'Malley will have a better shot. And the first 2 rounds were similar to that. They were more competitive rounds than like the second round of the first fight, where Merab did dominate O'Malley on the ground. So he did a lot better at actually dealing with Merab. But I think one of the big problems with O'Malley in this fight was he didn't want to give up those positions. And sometimes, in the second and 4th round in the first fight, when he gave up those positions and just sort of thought, okay, Merab's got this round, next round's going to be fresh, I'll try and get that one. He sort of kept himself alive in the fight, unknowingly to me. But in this rematch, with him trying to fight out of those positions in the 3rd round and get to like a north-south position and get his knees under him and try and tuck up on Merab and try and get back up to his feet, because he was trying so hard to escape those positions, he left himself more vulnerable for that choke from Merab, and it was in, and it was tough, and O'Malley tapped him round 3, and Merab is just the greatest bantamweight of all time, and it's unfair what he's doing to all of my favorite guys.
Well, you got to look at it this way. Like, you're absolutely right. Like, when you look at that fight with Sean versus Merab, when I break down the fights, when you have one guy who's fleeing, like, they don't want to have this car crash, right? Granted, obviously Merab is better at that car crash. He wants that chaotic. He wants the chaos. He wants to take you down. He's doing spinning back shit, and, he takes you down. He doesn't look to pass guard. I tell people, when you're trying to get away from something like that, you're not going to win that battle. But if you go underneath them, like you said, go north-south, bring your knees underneath you, I don't think Sean took time in his camp to develop that skill set, to develop like, hey, if you take me down, I'm attacking your fucking ankles. I'm attacking your knees. I'm going to heel hook, toe hold, knee bar. That way, when I do attack your legs, you're going to run away. Then it gives me the opportunity to wrestle up and not worry about the head and arm and that choke. And then, it was very weird. At the very end of the first round, you saw the cameras kind of turn, like chaotic, like something was wrong. And you see Merab have that exact same choke he finished Sean with at the end of the first round. I was like, he's going to get that fucking choke. Like he almost had it. But I just think Merab is so good about overwhelming people that they don't train to be overwhelmed, right? Like when I was in Sean's camp and I was hitting pads with Tim, I was like, he goes, you're constantly overwhelming me. And I was like, yeah, because this is realistic in a fight. I'm not going to sit back and like, pop, pop. Like, it's not realistic. I'm not long. I'm going to be all over you. So I would assume like when they're training for Merab, it's like, we need people to be all over you. Like for 25 minutes, I'm going to be crossing the void, being on you all fucking day, every day, and making it miserable. And you need to go underneath me, attack my legs. And I don't think Sean took the time, or did he have the time to develop that skill set? Because he jumped right into another title shot. And instead of like, you know what? No, I don't want a title shot. I'd rather fight somebody else. But it's part of the
Corey Sandhagen. A Peter Yan rematch, or something where he could make more approachable adjustments, like something more approachable to him as a matchup would have been better for him in hindsight. But the thing is with O'Malley, even though you said that, in the camp they were saying, you're overwhelming us right now, and you were like, that's what needs to happen.
Yep.
Sometimes with O'Malley, I think that a lot of the training camp is like building his confidence going into the fight, So if he's just been overwhelmed in training camp and now he's going against the best overwhelmer there is.
Yep.
I know he's got to have some sense of being overwhelmed. You've got to mimic the style of Merab somewhat, I understand. But I think there must be that part of training camp. I saw the simulations they were doing where they were trying to really get that sort of undefeated mentality back in his head. And he's the best there is. He'll find the shot, Yeah,
I think, man, like I said, I wasn't in the camp full time, right? So I can't speak about that, right? But I'm looking for my past when I trained when I fought Kyoto Horiguchi. He's a blitzer. He wants to run, and blitz across the void. Matt made me, he goes, go get him. This whole fuck around is you chasing him. And I don't remember how many times I got punched in the fucking face. Too many to count. But I spent the whole camp chasing my opponents to get to him. That way, when I got inside the octagon, it was like, he's going to run, and I'm going to be all over you like white on rice. Might not be the second or third or fourth round, but in the fifth round, that's when I got the submission. So did they say, hey guys, if you're sparring Sean, you're walking him down the whole entire time. We need him to be overwhelmed. Obviously, that's what Merab's going to do, and we need to go underneath Merab, not get away underneath him, because he's just going to lay in guard. But, Merab looks fucking good. I think he is the greatest bantamweight ever to step foot on that canvas. Like he's beat TJ Dillashaw. He's beat Dominic Cruz, what Dominic Cruz has been able to do. And I love Dominic Cruz. But Merab has gone out there and beat. I don't think there has been another champion that has beat as many champions as he has in that division.
The resume that he's put together, I mean, we're talking Sean O'Malley.
Twice.
Fight before that. Yeah,
twice.
But Sean O'Malley. Fight before that, Umar Nurmagomedov.
Yep.
Fight before that, Sean O'Malley as a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Fight before that, I mean, was it Henry Cejudo on his resume?
Yep.
I think Henry Cejudo, and that's a great bantamweight name to have on your resume, a great guy from those divisions to have on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
Then before that, we're talking Peter Yan, which is another insane name to have historically on your legacy. And then before that, we're talking Jose Aldo when he still had it at bantamweight and he was still a top contender and he was still in the mix, in the top of the division, looking for his own title shot. I think he was on a win streak at that time over guys like Rob Font and Marlon Vera and all of these guys. And Yan is just trudging forward. I mean, I said this when I first joined into this, which I wish we could have started with because it was so organic. I said, have you ever seen Interstellar? And there's a scene where he's watching and he's crying because he just can't do anything about it. And he's watching his daughter make like terrible mistake and he's just crying watching it. And I just feel like I'm sending all of my best guys at Merab. Okay, Aldo will get him. You know what I mean? And then Aldo gets, Aldo's been absolutely Merab. Okay, well, Yan will deal with this guy. And then Yan gets Merab for 5 rounds, and it's just like, okay. And then the tears are coming. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's see how O'Malley deals with this. And I send O'Malley in, and O'Malley gets chewed up and spat out. And then there's no one else to send. We got no more hitters to send after Merab Dvalishvili. He's just
too good. He's too good.
God, and he's good, man.
I mean, and